Kimberly Beer here with Make It Happen Monday. One thing you can do this week to better market your business. Today I have a really special gift for you. I have a brand new product out on the market. It is a wonderful collection of everything that I teach for the entire month. And I teach things all across Kansas City and really all across the nation. So I've combined them all together and put them in one location for folks to be able to get a hold of. And I've added some bonus content to that because I'm charging for this. So I want people to get a lot of bang for their buck. And because you guys out there with Make It Happen Monday have been my loyal fan base for so long. This is Make It Happen Monday has celebrating its full year of production. So that's over 50 episodes. And I wanted to give you guys one of the bonus contents that I have been charging people for, and also a very special price on subscribing to the entire package if you would like to give that a whirl. So in today's Make It Happen Monday, it's going to be a lot longer because I'm going to provide you with the recorded training for how to make your mindful marketing calendar. It is the first part of the year, and if you haven't done your calendar already, this is a great opportunity to do it because you can take a look ahead at the next 12 months. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive off and let you guys watch the webinar. I hope you can settle in for a few extra minutes this morning and really dig into this particular exercise. There's also a workbook attached to this email. So we'll attach to the email back over in your email box. So go grab that, print it out, and then watch the video. Have a blessed new year, and I will be seeing you guys somewhere down the road. Thank you. Hi there, everyone, and welcome to Create Your Mindfully Magnetic Content Calendar. Doesn't that sound like fun? This is 12 months of content in advance, and I'm going to warn you ahead of time. This is a lot of work, but it is oh so worth it. My name is Kimberly Beer, and I'm the President and Mindful Marketing Muse at bemorebusiness.com. Let's dig in. Why would you want to plan your content for 12 months? Well, there's a really good answers to that question. It makes life much easier. Trust me on this. It allows you to do batch production, and batch production is the way that you can make social media and content marketing doable. Because what you're going to do is you're going to, with malice of forethought, create your content in batches so that once you have it created, you can dedicate your time to promoting it and then following up with the leads that come out of it. And that's how you make this kind of marketing really work. It also helps you give your marketing direction. If you have monthly themes and you have a concept around how you want to bundle your topics, you can also match that up with the events that are going on in your business and in your industry and help provide some direction to both your marketing and your customers to funnel them into certain concepts and ideas with your content before you actually need them to make a purchasing decision. And trust me, again, this is an incredibly effective way for you to be able to do that. So it also lets you develop your content more naturally in accordance with that bigger picture. So it all seems very connected and concise and consistent, and it brings a really clear message to your audience. So not only does it make it easier for you, it makes it easier for your customers, and it also generates more benefit for you because it happens in a way that is timed appropriately. Let's go. The first thing you need to do is you need to grab your workbook. So I've put a download in this course that is a workbook that's going to go through all of the things that we're going to go through on the screen, but even in more detail. What this video is really geared to do is to kind of hit the highlights of what I want you to be doing in the workbook. The workbook also has worksheets to help you navigate some of the exercises. So the first exercise that I want you to do is to look ahead. what is going to be happening in the next year. Now, as I'm recording this and you're listening to it, hopefully in January, although these courses will be available long term, so you could be listening to it down the road. But in January, we're all geared towards looking at the year ahead, right? So it's a really easy moment in time to kind of grasp how you want the next 12 months to go. So let's look at what those 12 months have to hold. What kind of key events do you have going on? Do you have expos, openings, conferences? Are there some products or services or things that you're going to be launching? Are there specific ad campaigns that you want to launch? What are those timed like? What is the specific things that you need to look for around those specific events? Also take into effect your goals. What do you want to generate for revenue and sales and new products by specific deadlines? Let's say you want to generate a sold out retreat in July. Well, January is the time you need to start pushing your content and your customers in the direction of making that purchase. So examine your goals. What is it that you want to be able to accomplish? Also consider the seasonality of any business. Now, some businesses are really built around seasons. I have a customer who has a lawn care business. That business is heavily seasonally influenced. Other businesses, it may be more to do with the seasonality of what goes on with their customers. Maybe there's a specific time that their customers become overwhelmed, or there's a specific time where their customers have a lot of downtime. So consider the seasons for your business and also the seasons for your clients as well. And finally, reflect on the trends. What is changing, progressing, going away, coming into effect? Are there things that are going to be happening that will impact your customers and impact their decisions to purchase from you? There's a worksheet in the workbook that will allow you to put all of this down in one place. So that's the first exercise. Next, I want you to look at your assets. Everybody has marketing assets. Some of them are obvious and some of them are not so obvious. When it comes to content, if you already write a blog, do company reports, produce a podcast, or teach classes, you have some very obvious content assets that you can utilize. And I want you to make a list of those. Now, if you don't have those, there are some not so obvious content assets that you can take advantage of. If you love to read, then you can write book reviews, or you can write reviews about podcasts, or you can write reviews about other people's blogs. There's a ton of ways you can turn your desire and your love to read into some really good content for your customers. You can curate content for your customers if you love to read. So it's a not so obvious asset, but it is an asset nonetheless. If you love to take photos with your phone in particular, hey, you've got some spontaneity and you have some great assets for creating good content around your business, around your customers, around testimonials. All kinds of wonderful things can come out of that. So take that as an asset. Do you love to get every new tool or application that there is out there? I know that there's some of you listening to this that do that. Well, there's your opportunity to review that for your customers. There's an opportunity there for you to write reviews around things that would benefit your clients, things that they should consider, new things that would save them time or effort or money. So get down on that. That's a great asset for content. Are you someone who is deeply involved in the customer service in your company? If so, again, you have a wonderful asset for content. That's your customers and their experience. And you can write about that. You can blog about it. You can video it. You could talk about it on a podcast. There's a ton of ways that you can turn that into an asset for your content. Now in the workbook, there's a whole lot more suggestions, but this is just to give you an idea that there are obvious things that you would consider an asset. And then there are some not so obvious things that are a big asset when it comes to content marketing. The next thing we want to do is we want to break it out by the month. Grab that annual worksheet and get it fresh. So print it off again and start to think about what it looked like when you have it all written up with what's happening with your events, and then also what your assets are. And then take a look to see if you can bundle the themes or bundle topics to make your production of your content easier and to be able to reach more people. Also, look at creating that informational funnel that guides people either towards your business, or if there's a specific timeline involved, and guides them along that timeline. Always keep in mind that if you're able to batch content, it does make the process easier. So once you have some themes or some topic bundles in mind, it's time to brainstorm the specifics. Brainstorm, mind map, topic storm, whatever you want to call it. Toss it all out on a piece of paper. Get specific. Write in titles if at all possible. Think about SEO. What is it that your customers are looking for? SEO, by the way, stands for search engine optimization. It's things people put into Google to find you. So definitely think about ways that you can incorporate SEO in your titles. Think about what your customers need, what they're asking for, what they're wanting. Think about the things that define your ideal customer from the other just okay customers. Okay, so find things that will really work for you and write them all down on a giant piece of paper or in a notebook. Do it over several days if you need to. But the point here is to brainstorm and rain those $1 million ideas down on a piece of paper. Now, once you have your ideas put together, take a look at those ideas and repeat with me these 5 elements of magnetic content that we want every single one of those titles and ideas and pieces of content that you're going to create to fit. The first one is that your content has to have a high value quotient. So say it with me. The value quotient is the degree to which my content holds value to my customer base. My content should be highly valuable to my current and potential customers, or at the very least, a segment of them that I'm trying to reach with this specific piece of content I want to magnetize. High value is an absolute necessity. My content has to have obvious context to my business. So say it with me. There are many things my clients would find valuable, but if they don't hold obvious context to my business, then my efforts are for naught. I make sure that my content stays within the context of what I'm selling, and that if that context is not self-evident, I will provide the context in the most obvious place possible. I do not assume anything. My content is totally brand aligned. I have a brand for a reason. To attract my ideal customer, my content must be brand aligned because that's what sets it and me apart from my competition. Brand alignment is key. That is why I always tell everyone to make sure they read the entire article before they curate a piece of content. Make sure it is in alignment with what you believe and what your brand represents. My content is accessibly transformational or empowering. That means your customers can use it to either transform or empower themselves. So say it with me. My customer is concerned with results. My content needs to offer them information or action that creates either a transformation in and of itself or empowers them to create that transformation outside of the piece of content by being inspired, educated, or informed. The final element is that you are giving this content as a gift. Content is not a bait or a trap. It is designed to attract your customer, not hook them for a sale. And so you need to remember that. So say it with me because this one's a really important one. Content is not a bait for a trap. Although my content should be designed to attract my ideal customer, sharp sales hooks and overzealous purchase now trapdoors are not the hallmarks of a good content marketing funnel. This is why I must keep my content within obvious context. I should ask my customer to willingly follow me toward a sale without coercion. I will always remember that a willing customer will spend more and be more loyal. Very important concept. And when you start thinking of your content as a gift and not a hook, you start actually giving more, and you'll be pleasantly surprised at how many more people show up. The final step in all of this is to create the Fortnight Batch. So this final step is to write out your actual titles and posting plan into 2-week batches. And this is going to be really specific. It's going to give the title, it's going to give what channel you want to post it on, and when it's going to be posted on the very specific day. There's a worksheet in your workbook for that. All that's left to do after you finish this step is to use the scheduling capabilities of your chosen platforms or channels and or products like Hootsuite or Later, which are scheduling products, to schedule your content out and get it into the public's hands. Oh, and to tell all your customers to look forward to a fortnight of amazing content. I gotta love that word. All right, you guys are ready. Go grab your workbooks and get to work on your magnetic content marketing calendar, and do it very mindfully.